Max, let me know when I can make you co-host because once it's 8 o'clock, it's very hard to do.
Viewers, Tracy, we are live now. Host.
Let me make you co-host if I can, real quick, before everybody comes in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you
We
so
got
much.
it. Thank you. Yep, see, we did it just in time. Good morning, everybody. Look, here's everybody coming in. Hi, Susan. I see you. Myrna, good morning. iPhone, Anita, Barbara, Doug, Diane, Henry, Karen, Anita. Great to see everybody. Thanks for being here.
Not a problem.
Deborah, thank you. Such a nice comment yesterday in the feedback. I really appreciate it. Verna, Irene, Maureen, thank you. Welcome. Good morning. Biha, BC.
Good morning.
Motor, May, Lou. There's Rosemary, Lois. Good morning, everyone. Carol's iPad. I love seeing you guys come in. Remember, if you're comfortable putting your cameras on, nobody's going to judge you. We just want to see you moving. I'm going to put mine on right now. Wondered if anybody noticed I had a new doll in my little Zoom icon. I put her in a ponytail and fitness gear. Good to see you guys. I love seeing the movement. Today is a seated weight training class, so get your light hand weights ready. And if you don't have weights, remember you can always use vegetable cans, soup cans, or even 16-ounce water bottles. And I think you can even get water bottles in heavier weights too, if you want to. 32 ounces is 2 pounds. So yeah, that's available to you as well. We try to make it really easy. And if you're just getting started and you're not comfortable with weights yet, that's okay. Practice the movement and learn the correct form before you add the weights. So you can do it with us even without weights. Fantastic. Good morning, Jean and Sherry. And somebody named Mom. Oh, that's so sweet. You must Zoom with your family a lot. Hi, Melinda.
Morning. I did not sleep well last night, so we're going to see how this goes. But
just do the best you can.
Determined to go ahead and get up.
Good for you. Thanks for trying. Hi, Cindy. Wow, we have 32 people in this morning. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can get started. Welcome, everyone. Here we go. Good morning. Wednesday morning fitness is seated strength training. Start your day strong. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Stacy, and I am your fitness guide today. And I've been teaching and involved in the fitness business since 1985, when I was originally certified. I've been involved in all aspects of the business, from teaching, personal training, managing. I even owned a fitness center for a while in the 1990s. I also have a master's degree in counseling psychology, which I used in the school system in Maryland for many years as a school counselor until I retired, moved back home here to Pennsylvania, and now I have a very small private practice in counseling, very small, just a couple of clients, and I'm working on kind of weaning out of that. So I love connecting with other adults who are interested in fitness, in all aspects of fitness, from the very beginners who want to know how to get started and be safe to more advanced and experienced exercisers. So welcome everybody. Again, I'm so glad you're here. Get Set Up is a training and educational platform that helps you learn useful skills from people just like yourself. So you can do amazing and wonderful things, maintain your independence, and challenge yourself to get involved in all those different things that you would like to do. Try a new sport, keep up with your grandkids or your friends. We do learn from one another, so ideally we can see you and your cameras are on. And this also helps us feel like this wonderful community that we are when we can see your smiling faces. You can request a recording of today's class by emailing help@getsetup.io. And I will remind you of that email address again before we close out our session today. If you're joining by the live stream, we welcome you and we're glad you have found us. But remember, the best way to participate fully is to join us and register. And that way you will get the email that's sent out after class that provides some key information from the class, as well as some suggestions for other classes you might like, and a link to provide feedback, which is very welcome by all the guides. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services. Remember, it's very important that you check with your doctor before starting any new exercise program. Most especially if you have any health conditions, take any medications, if you're recovering from surgery, from an accident or illness. So please be sure you have that conversation with your doctor. Safety first all the time. If it doesn't feel good, please don't do it. If your doctor has given you some recommendations or restrictions, regarding exercise intensity or range of motion, be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything that I am doing here today. Once again, we have Max, the TA, with us this morning. Max can answer any of your questions related to audio or your video if you have any technical issues. Max will also help keep keep any background sounds muted if you forget to turn off your microphone. Since we are live streaming on the web and we are recording, I know you don't want your personal house sounds to get out there to the world. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight myself so we can get started. And at this point, Max, if anybody else comes in the waiting room, I know you will take care of letting them in. Once I go over to the chair, I can no longer see the chat. But you guys, I do read the chat afterwards. There, I just let somebody else in from the waiting room. It's a new safety precaution that we've instituted because we have had some Zoom bombers in some of our classes. Thankfully, they haven't hit my morning class, but they come in and really disrupt the class with bad language and so forth. So Max will handle that if it happens as well, and hence the waiting room situation. So Max, I hope you can handle the waiting room at this point.
Yes, Tracy.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started, you guys. Here we go. Get your weights. Oh, I don't have my water. Oh no, there it is. I have my water. Thank goodness. Remember to drink before, during, and after your class. We'll do a little bit of a warm up and then grab the weights. An option for today's class for modifying is the use of throw pillows, which I have beside me and I will demonstrate. They're not necessary, but throw pillows do help protect your back in some of our forward resting positions when we're using weights. So I'll demonstrate that when we get to it. Meanwhile, let's get in your posture. You want to be about midpoint from the back of the chair with your back up straight, torso lifted, straight and strong. Please excuse me. Diaphragm lifted, your hips and thighs facing forward, knees bent at 90 degree, feet facing forward. Inhale and lift, reach tall, stretch, and release. This time as you lift, feel those rib cages, your rib cage moving up, your diaphragm is lifted, and as you exhale, maintain that lift. Feeling that tension across your midsection. That's an important protective feature. You're engaging the muscles of your abdomen right through here, side to side. Your transverse abdominals are nice and tight. Inhale and lift, reach tall, and exhale. Let's take some neck release, range of motion, chin over the right shoulder, looking at that side wall, torso facing forward. Rotate the head, spiraling over to the other side, torso facing the wall. Sorry, head facing the wall, torso facing forward. You guys have been with me long enough to know what I meant. And back through center. Chin is at the regular lift right here, not down, not up. And we're going to take a head tilt, ear over the shoulder. Right here, ear, aiming for the shoulder, nice long stretch through the side of the neck, opposite the lean. Drop the chin down toward the chest, roll through the center position and over, winding up in a head tilt to the opposite side. Ear aiming for shoulder, nice long stretch from the ear to the shoulder cap on the opposite side. Sitting up nice and tall with a lift through the torso. And let's lift the head back up into the center facing position. We're going to take a forward hinge, bending forward with a straight, long spine, hinging from the hips, right over the legs. Use your hands for support. You can take the tension and pressure off your lower spine if that occurs by resting with your hands. Press back up. And now as a further challenge, lift and reach, hinge forward, reaching long as you go out, bending forward. And as you reach the end of your ability to hinge through your hips, whatever your range of motion allows, round your spine over your thighs. Let your hands go down toward your feet. And if you are able, round your back, nice smooth S curve. And finally, let your head drop. Feel the space between each of your vertebrae in this rounded spine stretch. And when you are ready, place your hands right here on your thighs, just above the knees, and use your arm strength to press back up into the upright position. Grab a set of your lowest weights, and we're going to begin with some back work. So whatever your light weights are this morning that you're comfortable with, or no weights at all. And we're going to start in the hinged forward position. And we're going to simply pick up the weights, straightening your back, lengthening through the spine. Bring the weights up to your knee and then return to the low position right here. So it's a lift using the muscles in your hips, low back and mid back, and return to the floor. And lift and return. We're just doing a set of 8 of these. This is number 3. Keeping your arms straight, but your elbows are soft. Holding the weights lightly so you don't drop them. And make sure you're breathing. A tip to help with breathing is to count. If you count out loud, you have to breathe. 4 more right here on the lift. 3 more. 2 more. And here's the last one. And that was our first set of 8. Now we're going to do our exercise where we bend forward in a bow and return. So a modified version, level 1, starts with the weights resting right here at your hip joint. And just bow forward, hinging, again, from the hips, fold over and return. Challenge yourself a little more by placing the weights at your waist and hinge forward and return. And if your back is strong and your hips can handle it, you can place the weights on your shoulders for an even greater challenge. Hinge forward, folding with a long straight back, lengthen through the spine. And we're just doing 8. So you've found your position now. And make sure you're breathing. Maybe you count to yourself and see how off I am when I give you a count. This feels so good. Are you smiling? Breathe with me, folks. Normal, natural rate and rhythm. I think we have 4 more. Forward and return. And 3 more. 2 more. And last one, right here. And now we're going to do a little bit of an upper body twist, holding the weights together at chest height. We're going to swivel to the right, back to center, and then over to the left. Back to center. Again, you can do this with no weights or put one weight down if you prefer. And we're just going to do 8 of these to the right and left. So sit up tall with me and let's go. Lift your elbows too. That kind of helps. Right, center, and left. And officially, that's the first one. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep your diaphragm lifted. The emphasis here is on the muscles along the side of your waist. Those obliques are being tested to the right, center, and left. Center. Now check yourself. Is your neck and shoulders holding tension? To the right. Relax through your neck and shoulders. And left. 4 more. Make sure you're breathing. Smooth, natural rate and rhythm. But if your body prompts you to a large inhale and an exhale, be sure and do that. Whatever feels natural and right to you, unless it's holding your breath. Let's not do that. All right, and 3 more. Nice spiral to each side. Good job. And 2 more. Right here. And here's the last one. Wonderful. Put one weight down. Sit forward a little bit in your chair, opening up your legs. We're going to do giant swings, holding one weight in both hands. I'm holding it horizontally so I can grip both ends. Now, giant swings look like this. But we're going to just start small. So here's your first level. It's just head to hips with a very slight hinge through the hips, very slight flexion right here. If you feel strong in this position and you want to go bigger, you can go a little bit larger. We are folding forward from the hips. This is working everything from the shoulders all the way down through your back and into your hips. We just have 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And here's the last one. Good. Now we're going to start from the top with our seated deadlifts. And we're going to go through those 4 exercises again. So if you want to adjust your weights, now's the time. Maybe you want to go lighter, or maybe you're ready to challenge yourself with slightly heavier weights. I'm just using 3s today. I'm not trying to get overuse syndrome because I'm teaching a lot every day and I do my own exercises. So start with your weights down low. These are our seated deadlifts. And we start in this low position with our back lengthened and long, and we are reaching our weights. We don't put them on the floor each time. We only return to ankle height. But we're going to lift, bringing the weights up to the knees and return. Now I have the back of my hands facing forward, but it's okay if you turn the weights. Maybe you have your palms facing inward, and that's okay. But what's really important here is the positioning of the back. Make sure that it is lengthened and long, and your hips remain planted firmly in the chair. So when you come up, you're going to feel that squeeze right under your seat, and then that tension goes into the low back and mid back as you straighten up. Keep your arms long, but your elbows are not locked. We have just 2 more because I talked you through it. And here's the last one. Nice job. Now remember, the next one are our bows. So again, adjust your weights accordingly and your position. So you can have your weights here in your lap basically, or resting on your hips, or with a bigger challenge is to have the weights on your shoulders. So let's bow forward and return to the upright position for 8 right here, and only go as far as is comfortable for you. So maybe your bow is just part way, and that's great. It's wherever you are able to recover from safely without too much tension on that lower back. And make sure your breathing continues smoothly and at your natural rhythm. 4 more right here. Keep that diaphragm lifted. 3 more. 2 more. And here's the last one. Now we're going to do those seated swivels. So again, adjust your weights. I'm going to actually put one down. I'm going to hold the weight horizontally and lift my elbows as I spiral to the right, through the center, and to the left. Sitting nice and tall, diaphragm lifted. Make sure you're engaging those muscles along the side of your waist. You feel one side stretch and one side contract. We have 4 more right here. We having fun yet? Are you smiling? 3 more. Feels good to work up a sweat in the morning. 2 more. And to work those muscles. And here's the last one. Great, and now giant swings. Open your legs just a little, scoot forward if you need to. And let's reach tall and down. Keep your swing within your comfortable range of motion. We're working shoulders, upper, mid, low back, and hips on this exercise. Make sure you don't let the weight pull you. Make sure you are controlling the movement of the weight. That's why we're doing it nice and slowly. You might see people in the gym doing this really quickly and letting the momentum take them. We're not trying to do that and cause any type of injury. Let's just do 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And here's the last one. Yay. Woo! We're going to go right into shoulder work. We're going to use one arm and support ourselves with the other arm. And here's where you might want to use the throw pillows, because we're going to fold forward from the hips right here, 45 degrees with a straight back. Support yourself on your forearm. Now, here's the thing. This could be a lot of tension in this arm for support, and you may absorb some of that strain into your back. If that's the case and you don't feel comfortable maintaining this position, here's how throw pillows can help you. Place them in here between your belly and your forearm so that you have a little bit of something to rest on. So your back, your back is actually relieved of some of the stress and tension, and so is your arm, okay? So that's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. Find your support with or without throw pillows, hinging forward from the hips, resting on the forearm, starting right here with the weight at your waist. We're gonna reach down to the floor and up with a bent elbow. Reach down and up. And we're just doing 8 of these. Reaching down and up, down and up. Elbow lifted. Just 2 more right here. Here's the last one. Return the weight down to your ankles and let's lift forward. I'm holding the weights like a hammer, like my arm is a hammer, the handle, and the weight is the head of the hammer. So that means that my palms are facing inward toward my body on this exercise. Sometimes we do this with the palms facing down, and it does feel different on your shoulders. Well, today I'm recommending this position. 2 more right here. And last one. And lifting now to the side. Keep the elbows soft. Lift right here. Feel your shoulder blades slide in toward your spine on this lift. Keep the movement smooth. Try not to rest at either the peak of the lift or the return, but just keep moving up and down. 2 more, lift and return. Here's the last one, lift and return. Let's move the weight now toward the back toward the chair and back down to the ankle. So you're swinging, but with control, with that lift, back and return. Palm is facing in toward the body. Control that weight, elbow slightly bent, and release the weight in your hand so that you're only holding it tight enough so it doesn't drop, not squeezing your fingers and causing additional tension in your hand. There we go. I think this is the last one right here. And now we're going to switch sides. Resume that position. Now, when you switch sides, you might notice one arm or the other in this resting forward position. One arm or the other feels a little weaker or is a little more uncomfortable holding the position. And again, I recommend the pillows for additional support as you hold this 45-degree forward lean using this arm for support. Take that weight and let's place it down by your ankle. And the first movement is lifting, just pulling it up into the armpit with the elbow, lifting high. Right here, just lift and return. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, lifting forward. Keep the palm facing in toward your body on these lifts today for a slightly different feel to this movement. And we're doing 8. Make sure you're breathing. And even in this position, your diaphragm should be lifted, your abs tight. Feel a lengthening through the spine. Two more. And here's the last one. And now lifting to the side, straight up toward the shoulder, no higher than shoulder height. Keep that elbow soft. If you feel like you have to lock your elbow to do this lift, your weight is too heavy. And then that's putting additional strain on the joint, and we don't want to do that. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, and let's do that lift to the rear. Same position with the hand, palms facing inward, and just lifting behind you. Soft elbow, strong back. And you're breathing, and you're smiling, because this feels so good. You guys are doing great. I see you moving. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. All right. We're going to do a series now where we use both weights for a little bit. And I'm going to get some water. If you haven't stopped to have a drink so far during class, go ahead and do that now. All right, let's sit forward a little bit on the chair. We're going to be doing a pull-up, starting with the weights down in front of you. I'm using both weights for this. You might want to just use one if that's where you are. The exercise looks like this. We're pulling the weights right up under the chin with the elbows lifted. Pull up and return. Pull up and return. And we're doing 8. Pull up and return. Lift and lower smoothly. Lift. Make sure you're breathing. And your back is lifted, diaphragm up. Abs are supporting you. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And return. Back to our regular positioning with the weights down by your hips. We're going to lift side, move the weights forward, and return to the hips, and then reverse that movement, lifting forward, open side, and return to the hip level position. Always keeping the elbows soft. So lift side, come around to the front, and return, lift front, open side, and return. That's just the first one. Lift, close, down, lift, open, and down. We've done 2 now. Lift, forward and down, lift up, open and down side. That's 3. Lift, keep going, and down, lift forward, open side, and return. Remember, you can modify with a smaller range of motion. And down, lift, open, and down. This is number 6 right here, coming up. Lift, forward, and down. Lift, open, and down. Just 2 more. Woo! Feel that tension on those shoulder caps. Lift, open, and down. This is the last set, right? Last one. Lift, open, and down. Excellent. Biceps curls right here in the same position, but now we're going to turn our hands so the palms face forward and just bring the weights up to your shoulders and return. You can adjust your weights, maybe heavier. Most people's biceps is pretty strong, and you might be able to go a little bit heavier right here. Lift and return. Lift. Four more. And 3. 2 more. Here's the last one. We're going to do alternating overhead presses from the shoulder. If you need lighter weights for this, now's the time. We're starting right here at the shoulder resting position, and we're going to alternate one arm up and then the other. And remember to keep the weights slightly forward, not back here, somewhere behind your ear or even at your ear. You want to make sure that as you're looking forward, your weights remain in your peripheral vision. This helps you control the weights better, puts less strain on the shoulders in an area where you don't want extra strain, and really focuses the movement on the muscles that we're trying to use. And we're just doing 8 right and left. So we have 4 more on each side. And then 3 more. Two more. And here's the last one. Now we're going to do the compound movement where we're doing the biceps, overhead, back, and return. Let's do 8, starting right here, slower than I just demonstrated. All right, bring it up, press overhead, return, and back down to the hips. That was 1. And up, return. Here we go. Nice. Keep it moving. If you're not using weights or if you've gone to lighter, you're listening to your body and following those prompts. That's very important. Three more. And two more. Check that you're not squeezing those weights right now. Release your hands. And here's the last one. And up, overhead, and down. Now I'm going to recommend that you go to lighter weights. This next exercise is open and reach overhead, reach forward and open. So I'm going to go to twos. All right, so we're starting in the open arm position. Your arms are extended from your shoulders, elbows soft. And we're going to just bring those weights in front, open side, and then lift up overhead and return. So that's one. So forward together, open, and up overhead and return. Modify by bending your elbows. If you're putting too much stress and pressure on your shoulders, bend those elbows and bring the weights in a little bit, or just put the weights down and practice the movement so that you know what the proper form should feel like. The arms are at shoulder height right here or chest height. And then right here overhead, and again, in front slightly of your body, not back behind your ears. Forward, open, and up, and open. Let's do four more. Forward, and up overhead. And three more. Two more. And here's the last one. Nice. I love that exercise. All right, let's do one more set of biceps curls. This time I want you to hold the weights with your palms facing inward. And we're just going to curl up to the shoulders right here and return. And you'll see why in a minute, but palms are in for one set of 8. Right here. Four more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Leaning forward. I'm going to hold on to my weight, but I'm going to lean forward in this position like we did before, and taking that weight with the palm in at my waist. Elbow lifted. I want to just extend back and in. So this is working on the triceps. Muscle from between the shoulder and the elbow on the back of the arm. It extends the forearm, straightening the elbow out and in. This muscle is smaller than the biceps and typically weaker. We don't have a lot of opportunity to do this type of action, pushing behind us like this. Just 2 more. All right, and let's switch now, resting on that arm that we just worked, and do the triceps extensions with the other arm, starting at the waist, and extend and return. Palm is facing the body. Release that tight grip on those weights. I know you're squeezing. I was. That's how I know. Four more. I hope you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good job. All right, let's do some stretching. Grab a little bit of water. I already feel humidity this morning. It's not even that hot, but it's already feeling sticky. Let's inhale and reach. Stretch nice and tall and back. Are you able to reach your arms behind your back like this and touch your fingertips? If you're able to reach behind like that, I want you to just hold that stretch right there, feeling that in the shoulders that we just worked so hard. Now we have our fingertips touching. Are you able to, I keep turning, clasp your hands with your fingers this way? If you're able to clasp your hands behind you, maybe you can lift them just slightly. Lift. Lift your arms. Feel that stretch in the very front of your shoulder. Feel that, and let's release. And now around in front. Clasp your hands, fingers together, and turn inside out and show me your palms. Feeling a slightly different stretch right here. Release, and let's rotate. Pinkies down and thumbs down. Pinkies down, thumbs down. Pinkies down, thumbs down. Pinkies, here's the last one, and thumbs. Show me your palms, and then wave. So I see the back of your hands, and then your palms are up. Back of the hands, and palms back up. Show me the back of your hands, bending at the wrist. Palms up. Here's the last one. Down and up. Nice job. Give yourselves a hug, crossing one arm over the other, and your elbows are forward. One is over top of the other. For me, my right is on top right now, okay? And then just reach around wherever you can hold. This is stretching out the upper back. We did a lot of work on the shoulders and the upper back, so this gives that area a nice stretch. And when you open, we're going to release the chest. So let the arms go back behind the midline of the body, stretching back, opening up the chest, and then cross back over, giving yourselves a hug, this time with the other arm on top. For me, it's the left now on top. And hold on to wherever you can. It might be your upper arms or your shoulders. If you can get your fingertips around the back and touch your shoulder blades, you've got a really loose stretch there, really kind of feeling that separation with your shoulder blades. Coming, sliding away from your spine, and release. Reaching to the side and then up overhead. And I want you to just hold one wrist and pull. Pull that arm just ever so slightly. Reaching long, stretching that wrist. Release and switch hands so you're holding on to the wrist of your other hand. Just give a gentle tug on that arm up overhead. It's giving you a nice stretch along the side of your body and through the armpit and down a little bit more. And release. Let's do one set of our alphabet stretches and strengthening for our posture. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that we're going to make the letters Y, W, T, and L with our arms. The point being to stretch your arms long and press back behind the midline of the body. So we start here with our arms up like so. Sitting nice and tall, thumbs facing or aiming toward the back, and press your thumbs back behind the midline of the body. And this is the letter Y. Now you're going to feel the sliding together and the tension on your shoulder blades, and feel the opening of your chest in front. So you're tightening your back muscles and releasing and stretching your chest muscles. This is working on correcting posture. And it happens to all of us. We have spent a lifetime bending forward, and that's just what happens. Bring your elbows now down and back. Thumbs are still aiming toward that back wall. My arms are reaching behind the midline of the body. I'm working them back as I'm squeezing and adding tension between my shoulder blades, drawing them in together, down and back, lengthening through my neck, lifting my head. Reach out to the side, palms down, thumbs now facing forward, and reach toward the back with your pinkies. Reaching again back toward behind you. If you have to lean forward in the chair a little bit in order to do that, like I do, because the wall is in my way. And this is the T, making a T with your body. And then finally, pull the elbows in. Palms are lifted, palms facing up, thumbs facing back, and pressing those forearms back behind the midline of the body right here. And release. Do a little bit of shoulder rolls, very gently, just relaxing through the shoulders. We've done a lot of work on them today. So I'm rolling just around. I'm starting toward the back with my roll. I lift, go back, bring it around and front. I'm just going to do a couple more of these. You take this at your own range of motion. So maybe your rolls are small, maybe they're bigger, and you can really get a lift in there. But let's reverse direction now and take it at your own pace. Feel if there's any sticking points to your shoulder range, your flexibility. Any areas that are creaking or grinding, back off, don't work through that. But be aware of where that is. The goal is for a smooth circle, continuous movement, no creaking or grinding. And if that means you're making a smaller circle, then so be it. That's where you are today. And release. Do a little bit of a torso spiral here, turning around, facing the side wall. And if you're able to grab onto the seat of the chair or hold on to the side of your thigh, lift your diaphragm and torso and just hold this stretch right here. One side of your abs contracted as you're pulling around to the side, and the opposite side is having a bit of a stretch. Remember to keep the neck long. Don't add tension through the shoulders. And release. Spiral around the other way, coming around through center. And on the other side, hold on if you're able, reaching the seat of your chair, the side of your thigh, and just give it a gentle press. That adds tension to the one side and a stretch on the other. And let's release right here. If you'll stay with me, we're going to have just a few minutes of breath work with some positive affirmations to take with you into the day. Let's drink a little bit of water before we begin that. We have our chair today so we can relax into the seat. Find yourself comfortably in your chair. If your body prompts you to cross your ankles at this time or to sit back into the back of the chair, whatever works for you, I want you to be able to just focus on breathing. If you can close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice, if you're comfortable doing that, go ahead and close your eyes right now. Otherwise, find a spot in front of you where you can fix your gaze and draw your attention to your breath. Become aware of the rise and fall of your rib cage and your diaphragm as you draw in air into your body, filling your lungs from the bottom to the top with good fresh air and positive energy. And as you release from the top to the bottom, letting go of the air you just drew in and returning it back out into the atmosphere, be aware of the natural rhythm of your breathing. If your body prompts you to take a deeper breath and sigh, maybe you need that after the exercise this morning. My body always prompts for that when I'm trying to come into this breath work. So I just go ahead and take it. And if you need that too, that's your body letting you know that it needs something. And give it what it wants right now. We're trying to just relax. And with this next inhale, I want you to imagine a beautiful color to that air you're drawing in, that fresh air. I'm not going to give you a color, but if you feel so moved, you might let me know in the chat what color you chose today. I love reading the colors that you pick. A few of you do that, and I appreciate it. Gives me some great ideas. Just inhale, focus on that beautiful color and feel the joy associated with that color, the positive energy. And you're drawing that in your body today because you're going to radiate that outward to others. But as you let go right now, release any dark, gloomy, negative energy that you may have hanging over your head like a dark cloud. Whether it's worry or anxiety, fears, budgeting, deadlines, judgments, other people's thoughts and opinions. Release all of that right now and just take this time for yourself. This is a moment where you should congratulate yourself for completing this class and feel the positivity and the success of your hard work this morning. Be grateful to your body for bringing you here today and going through these exercises and movements with you this morning. And just for today, and maybe just for this moment, I choose to perceive the more peaceful side of life and let go of arguments and discord. And just for today, and maybe just right now, my mental pattern is positive and joyful. True happiness resides within me, and just for right now, I can feel it. Later today, I may have to revisit this thought and access it again when I become busy and forget that true happiness resides within me and in each one of you. And I hope I helped you remember that. Thank you for joining me this morning. Stay with me as I come up to the screen and share my closing slides. Drink some water if you need to. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm so glad you were all here today, working on strengthening your muscles to prevent falls, increasing your confidence in the ability to take on new challenges. Remember, if you're enjoying Get Set Up, share your experience on social media if you're active there by using the hashtag #GetSetUp or the @sign @GetSetUp. And if you're not on social media, no worries. You can email Liz at getsetup.io and let her know anything that you want to share. Now, Liz can't help you with a recording, but she does want to hear your stories. Look for some other classes like Ageless Grace, the line dancing classes that are being taught, and yoga classes. There's also Tai Chi. So there's a number of different ways that you can get your body moving throughout the day or over the weekend. My next classes today was seated strength training. Tomorrow is the fitness combo. And this week, tomorrow is my last class until Tuesday, because I'm just taking a couple days for the Memorial Day weekend. It's okay to take off once in a while. Be on the lookout for the email that you'll get following this class. I'm going to be designing some new PDFs with lots of information. So starting next week, I should have new PDFs available for download that will come with the notes after class. But meanwhile, you do get this email that contains some key takeaways and also makes some suggestions about other classes you might want to take, and provides a link where you can give some feedback. And I do read all your feedback. So thank you for your kind comments and suggestions. You can now refer a friend to get set up by looking for this screen on your desktop. So if you know somebody that would benefit from these classes, just like you are, and might enjoy some of the other offerings that we have, please suggest Get Set Up to them. And if you go to this screen, you can enter their email address right here and just click that orange tab, and they will automatically receive an email inviting them to sign up for Get Set Up. Here's the most important email to remember. It's help@getsetup.io, and that's how you request a class recording or let us know that you want to host an interest group, or suggest a new class topic that you'd like to see us teach. We do partner with many different organizations in communities across the country. If we're not yet partnered with your organization, please let us know what that organization is, and somebody will reach out to them. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope to see you tomorrow for Fitness Combo. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
Stacy.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.